Hey there, sports fans. Last Friday on the show, we got a chance to catch up with the newest women's basketball assistant coach for the Manhattan Jaspers. Here's part two of our interview with Samara Marsh. I think, too, one of the things in this conversation that I wanted to touch base on with you is the growth of the game of women's basketball. I mean, not just in its popularity, but also I would say in the growth of the actual game itself, in terms of the athleticism. And also, I would say the interest in not just the athletes, but the fans to be heavily involved and engaged in the sport.
It's become the premier destination for postgraduate, for players that want to go pro. I think for before its existence and even in its early stages, the realisticness of being able to get into it was kind of short-sighted. Now athletes are saying, I'm aiming to play in the WNBA. I'm aiming to be a part of it. And to watch the fan base grow, to watch, to go to games, and to watch young children, to women, to men be excited about it, to watch the game evolve, women dunking, women, the crossovers, the speed, the power, the strength of the game. And then now, as a coach, having to evolve at the amateur level to be able to coach players that can play like that and those types of talents. And I hope it only grows and gets bigger and bigger. I do my part in supporting the W. I make sure I wear my orange hoodie. I make sure I get tickets to the Liberty. I make sure that I definitely participate in that.
Give me the rationale as to I'm one of the top. We'll say even we'll narrow it down even more. Top 25 girls high school basketball players in this area. Why should I stay home and play at Manhattan?
When you come to Manhattan, you get the opportunity to grow with mega talents. From the mega talented head coach we have here, Heather Boulin, to myself and the other assistant coaches, Raven, Rena, and Callan, you're going to be around exceptional basket minds. At the same time, you're going to be able to mature into who you want, and you're going to be able to be featured. And as long as you put the work in, you can end up a star. We're connected, and we can help you get to professional ranks.
Good recruiting pitch, Coach. Good job. So, you end up, you speak of the recruitment. I mean, the number one ranked class in the conference when you were at 3 seasons at Delaware State. And during that time, one of the number one ranked classes in the conference. And during this more recent stint for you, not just being an assistant coach, but you have a period where you're the interim head coach. Speak about what that has meant to your development, Sam.
Moving over one seat, no one has ever lied to me about how hard that was going to be. I actually was able to coach a game once as acting head coach, and then sitting as the interim head coach, making the final decision and the final call. Experience is a gift because it really helps you through a time like that. But I can tell you it was part excitement, part nerves, and part please let me make sure I get everything right. That was a huge part of it because I didn't want to let anyone down. And although it was a very short window, I did grow. I loved it. I loved being a part of that. I loved getting the opportunity and the feedback I got from the administration at Del State and the players from the games I coached. They really did appreciate my leadership style.
That's terrific stuff. I feel like there's got to be a big excitement in the room at Manhattan because the team has been able to, I think, it's had some ups and downs, I would say, right, during this period that you've been gone. But anytime that you can have someone that returns and has added more to their resume and kind of comes back and can add the recruiting component, the opportunity to improve the roster is the first steps towards getting better. So speak a bit about what that's been like. You feel like there's been that energy from the roster with having you back in the building, so to speak?
Yes, it all started with the phone call from head coach Heather Boulin, and that was the first step. Once I was able to join the staff and I got to meet the team, that was like the second level. I knew I was where I was supposed to be. And being from the Bronx, the energy of loving the game, having fun when I walk into the gym in the office every day, it spills over. And it's reciprocated. I'm getting the same energy back from everyone that I'm working with and with the team and the talent. I'm working with the wings this year and some of the point guards, which is different than what I've been working with the past few years. Yet at the same time, you never lose it. It's like riding a bike. So with the work that I'm doing now, I'm bringing it every day. I'm sweating with them in the workouts. I'm making sure that I'm bringing energy and that they're following my lead, because this is going to be an exciting season. After a championship game appearance last year, the bar is set major high. So we have to be able to make sure we're building on that consistently and make sure that we get ourselves back there.
And was that a big part of your desire to also want to come back now that the team's kind of been more solidified and been in place and had some success, and you can maybe come back and kind of push them over the top, Sam?
Yes, I couldn't wait to get the phone call to come back. I love coaching in the Bronx. I love living in the Bronx. So for me, it was a perfect marriage. It truly was.
That's awesome. And I guess for the fans at home, I know they can go to the website, but give us that, that first date on the calendar. Well, I know practice will start in October, but the games will start a little bit after that.
November 7th, we have a home game. That's opening night. Our schedule will drop soon publicly, and we just can't wait to get the seats filled at Dratty Gymnasium. I know I can. I'm going to have my family, my friends. I'm going to have everyone there from the Bronx. It'll be represented for sure.
And Sam, before we let you go, just I guess a couple of quick thoughts, almost like speed round, just because it'd be cool, I guess, to get your perspective. We kind of mentioned before about the Liberty. This was a transitional year for them, but I think, making some strides. They get into the playoffs, first round exit, but a first year head coach. Your thoughts on Sabrina Ionescu and the Liberty and maybe the chances that they get a step further next summer.
I really hope she re-signs. That's one of the major, I think the first things is getting her to re-sign and not shop herself to another team. Laney was out for a large part of the season with an injury, and us coaches and us fans know it's always hard when your best players are injured and you don't have your full roster. But at the pro level, there are no excuses, just like at the college level. But for me, I'm hoping the Liberty, that roster sticks together. They figured it out. The first 8 games were kind of rough, but they figured it out toward the end. And I think that they have something special, maybe 1 or 2 more pieces, someone to help Natasha Howard in the post. I think they'll be okay. I'm really watching. I'm a real fan.
Yeah, I know you are. That's why I wanted to ask you. And, on that note, I guess as a concluding question here, do you think that we will see Brittany Griner again in the WNBA?
I really, really believe that we will. I think what's happening right now is very scary at the same time. And there are a lot of people, I think, working from Dawn Staley to her lawyers, politically. People are trying to really push to get something happen. But I do believe she'll play again. I want to see her again. She's one of my favorite players at the pro level.
Well, Sam, you're one of my favorite people when it comes to the game of basketball, one of my favorite coaches, and very excited to see you back in Manhattan, recruiting again and doing your thing, and best of luck this upcoming season with the Jaspers.
Thank you so much, Bobby. I hope to see you on the sideline too.
I'm going to try to make it out for some games. I mean, I'm always making my rounds, but very cool to still be part of local television here in the BX and highlighting some of the stories. And, obviously you have an amazing story, and I think it's great that you've been able to have such a terrific impact in so many different stops now, working with young athletes. And again, I think part of coaching and mentoring isn't just about the success of whatever it is that you're coaching, but also what it means and translates in terms of after that. So I'm sure that you and I are on the same page when it comes to trying to make sure that the people that we work with, have better lives after dealing with us. So I think you've done a great job doing that, using vehicle of basketball to do so.
Thank you, Bobby. I'm honored. And I truly love the Bronx. I don't think I'm ever leaving again.
Sounds good, Coach. I will see you at Dratty.
Yes. Thank you, Bobby.